Welcome to a hazy day in the Commonwealth and my view of the Mercer Safe House at Jamaica Plain. So this was an interesting build. I wanted to build both a safe house for the railroad and try to experiment with the kind of structures we see for the Raiders in Quincy, but not so ragtag. You know, a little more organized, a little better structurally built. So you kind of see first I walled in a garden here. This is an in-game build, so there are resource constraints. There are also no rug or pillar glitches involved, so you'll see some alignment that is as tight as I could get it without re-glitching anything. I think it worked out pretty well. I think structurally it looks a lot better than the ragtag view of Quincy. So again, as I've said in other videos for this playthrough, you clearly don't need these iron supports, but they make it look as though you built something that could actually be supported. Just works better for my headcanon. Reinforce the back door here. That looks pretty good. Come around the corner. I didn't really do a whole lot, to be honest, with the workshop or the house itself, since it's a safe house. I did kind of re-wall the corner of the workshop here with some concrete, just to kind of snug it in there, since I don't require any sort of glitching to make that work. Added a few workbenches. We'll come around here. We'll go in the house real quick. Lots of sleeping bags, transitory safe house, kind of fits in my headcanon, don't want a lot of people hanging out. Got some beds for some settlers and caretakers. Here I used the warehouse pieces, and I was able to get them to fit perfectly on a floor level for the stairs for what I wanted to do with the roof. And then just kind of lay those other ones over it so you could walk up. As you can see, the seam there was pretty tight. Right along the wall here looks really good. There's a gap over here I can't really seem to fill. I'm not sure what doesn't cause the floor to render that way. But let's head upstairs and I'll show you. So because of where I got this floor from the warehouse set to render right along the side of the building. Looks fantastic. Looks like it's built right on the side there. Got a couple of guard towers up here. Come up to the stairs. You do have to make a slight hop because I couldn't get any of the mid-sized stairs to fit well enough to make this work. But this roof over here is pretty cool from a vantage point perspective. Until I built this, I'd never really been on this roof here in Jamaica Plain, so it's kind of cool. You can see a good view of the whole sort of elevated guard system for the safe house. And then you can get a good view of the garden plot. Those are just the in-game, garden square planter boxes with resources in them. Use a lot of fire barrels, so I didn't have to do a lot of wiring, didn't have to use a lot of power. I had to have a slight hop up here because, again, I couldn't get the stairs to work the way I wanted to. That's kind of what that leftover floor piece was for. The corner we just passed by. But if we come up here, you got to get a view of the courtyard again. Everything's overseen by gun turrets. Looks pretty good. We got another guard station up here, along with our railroad flag. Making it very clear that this is not a covert safe house, but a pretty out-in-your-face safe house. It's pretty impressive if you can get these floors lined up just so. As we come around the corner here, they'll cut right through the roof of the house, and they'll line up right on the roof of the house on the back. So you can actually walk off of this floor right over the roof of that house. Pretty impressed with how that alignment worked out. You got a great view of the street, the river or creek. I'm not really sure what it is. What has become swampland over here, of course. At least a good view of it when it's not so foggy, anyway. We'll come back. We'll head back down. There's the flag. It's interesting to me that the railroad stuff is all black except their flag. If you paint your armor or your guns or anything with a railroad insignia, you get black, but the flag is yellow. So we'll hop down here. This floor vestige is what I was talking about. Whoops, let me look over here real quick. This floor vestige here is what I was talking about earlier. I tried to build some stairs off of it, and it didn't really work. And I did slip down there a few times, so I left it. I just put a gun on top of it, so I don't keep slipping between the buildings. Come down these stairs. Then, because I use the warehouse parts, these iron columns, which I refer to in other videos, iron bars, I apologize, line up really well, support it. Look at this gap, though. Without any glitches, that's almost dead on touching the building. It's awesome. But we have these iron columns here, making it look as though the entire structure is well supported and well constructed, which was kind of the goal of this build, was to make things look a little more realistic from a physics perspective on this playthrough. So, that is the Mercer Safe House at Jamaica Plain, my in-game build. as this particular playthrough continues. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.